Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Electronic Gamer Scoreboard for my version of APBA Football with the single solo game chart um, that I've been modifying along the way, and recently made some more changes to the cards. Not the formulas per se, but I'll show you what I've been working with. Let me go back here. So, pretty close to finishing the tweaking on the cards. If you look at today's game, we have the Steelers visiting Mile High Stadium in 1978 against the 1978 Broncos. And the Broncos will have Craig Morton at quarterback and a couple of pretty potent receivers in Riley Odoms. And I've added their long reception. I don't quite like rolling a 1 on the quarterback's card and seeing a TD. I'll typically roll one more time, and if it's doubles, I'll go ahead and give them the touchdown no matter what length it is. But if it's not doubles, I'll typically go with the long reception that receiver had. And another potent receiver is Haven Moses. And you can see he has a long of 42. They're both A receivers. And looks like Riley Odoms was a Pro Bowl. And if you look at the Broncos on Football Pro Reference, you can see Rick Upchurch's also on the team. Yeah, the asterisk Pro Bowl and the plus sign is first team All Pro. So if you see that on the cards, that's what that indicates. So this is the final regular season game for the Steelers in my Steelers replay. The Steelers won this game by a score of 21-17 on December 16th in Denver at the Mile High Stadium. Looks like it was 26 degrees that day. And Denver got more first downs, a lot of yardage in the air, almost 300 yards. Not so much with the running game. And let's see what did them in. 6 sacks by the Steelers, 2 fumbles, one of them lost. But these two teams would play again in, this is December 16th, in 2 weeks in the first round of the playoffs, I guess. And this would knock the Broncos out of the game with another Steelers victory, this time in Three Rivers Stadium. But let's go back. We're in week 16 of the replay at Denver. It was a 21-17 win for the Steelers. And so for the running backs, I've also added their long run gain, and their long pass reception. So Keyworth had 30 yards longest gain on a run and 20 on a pass, and Otis Armstrong 20 running and 19 in the air. So I can quickly reference that on their cards. The Denver defense is pretty stingy against the run. They had a pretty good season, pretty solid season, 10-6-0. Their defense is neutral on the pass, so they're 0 on the pass, -7 on the defense, so that'll help them a little bit. But also on their kick return cards, I've added for punting their average punt return, and I'm using that now on my punt returns on the single chart. And so it's the plus numbers plus their average. And then sometimes it'll be minus their average. So that's what it's referencing. And then if it gets a long gain, you reference the card for their long return. So that's kind of new too. So we'll go ahead and run a few plays on this and see how it kicks off. But I just wanted to kind of give that update on what I'm doing now with my punt returns on the single solo chart, and putting the averages on the punt returner card and on the rushing, long rushing and long pass receptions for the running backs and receivers on their cards, so I can reference those. So we'll have the kickoff by Roy Jarrell of the Steelers, 31. That'd be a 5, and that's to the 3-yard line. And the return is by Alani Perrin, one of their running backs, 36. Is a 20, and that is a return of 20. So as usual, we'll put them both in run-oriented offensive play calling. And just double check that typically is the case. For Denver, they actually had 26-26, pretty neutral. And that's pretty much how it will work out for them. I'll tweak it as I do some play calling during the game, where I'll use the coach override system as needed. So let's see what happens. And you can see the Steelers defense has taken the field with their -11 on the run and -1 on the pass. And Craig Morton will drop back on the first play. And this is a potential sack, 29, looking for Riley Odoms on a short pass, but we have a 29. So we'll bring up the sack card and reference that. This is how I do it. So we're looking for sack number 18 on the Steelers. So the first 9 will go to L.C. Greenwood, and 10 through 14 will go to Green, and 15 through 18 to go to Banasack. So that was through 18, and I am looking for 18. So I think that's Banasack. Let me just see, 14. No, this is 14, 17. So the next 2 will go Dwight White. So Dwight White will get the sack on this one, and 29 on a short pass will be -4. So the opening play is Dwight White getting in the backfield and sacking Craig Morton on the first play of the game. And now if they did not get the sack, if the number was too high and they didn't have enough sacks, then it would be an incomplete pass. And it's the same with interceptions. If you reference the interceptions and they run out and nobody gets it, then it's an incomplete pass. All right, so we're at 2nd and 14 really quick. 23, that's not a good number either. It looks like another potential sack. So 44 on the sack card. We're looking for sack number 22. So 9, 14, 17, 19, 23. Jack Ham would get this sack. And again, it's a -4. And Jack Ham on the sack. And I do have them in the run-oriented play calling, so it was just, it is randomized, but it's weighted. So it was just a randomization that's doing that. But you can see they did have 6 sacks that game, so they're off to a realistic start in a way. But they are back at their own 15. See if they call another pass. Now they're going to hand it off. 22 on the outside is a gain of 0. So they're going to kick, get out of there, see if they can regroup on their offense. So Bucky Diltz is the punter. That's an 8. And this will be, again, this is based on his average, just like punt return is based on the return average. So this is an 8 is +5 on his average of 36. So that'll be a 41-yard punt. So that's something I'm kind of doing different now. I'm going to try to get that a little dialed in. Punt return is Theo Bell. His average is 7. And this is a 34. That does not sound good. It's a -9 and a fumble. Wow. So, wow, got some crazy start to this game. So, that is a 12. Let me just double check. 34. Yep, -9 and a fumble. So we'll move the ball back. -9. And we'll roll for a fumble. 45's the roll, and it's out of bounds. So Pittsburgh retains the ball, luckily. Wow. First down, Franco Harris, 15. That's an 8 on the inside. That'll be 6. And because it's over 5 yards, we'll -2, bring it down to a 4 because of the Broncos defense. 2nd and 6. Bradshaw back to pass. 14 on a medium is a gain of 6. +2 for the A receivers, and 8. First down. Bradshaw back to pass with a 10 on the medium. That's a gain of 10. +2 is 12. I subtract 1 for C receivers and add 2 for A receivers, and then put the defense impact points in, of which there is 0 for Denver when passing. All right, so hand off to Franco with the 20 on the outside. That's a gain of 3. -1 will get you 2. 2nd and 8. Hand off to Franco again with a 9. That's a gain of 4. -1, that'll get you 3. 3rd and 5. Bradshaw back to pass on a 19. That does not sound well. That's an incomplete pass. They're at the 36. And that is outside the range. Jarella's long is 44. They have a 4th and 5 on the 36. And we'll just go for it. See what it calls here. Going for Franco, 24. That will not do it. Inside run 3. -1 will get you 2. That's the impact of that strong run defense. They did not get the first down. Maybe I should have thrown a short pass there. So Denver will take over the ball. 1st and 10 on their own 34. And the handoff to Lonnie Perrin, 35's an 8. Gain of 6. -2 will get you 4. 2nd and 6. Craig Morton back to pass on a 17. Short pass is 3. +2 is 5. -1 will get you 4. 3rd and 2. 36. Okay, this is how I handle on 35 and 36 penalties. Decide or die. If I get the dot, it's a flag against the defense of -10. And if there's no dot, it's against the defense for 5. And that's spelled out right here for a reminder for me. 3rd and 12. And 24, handoff to Perrin on the inside is a 3. -1 is 2. And they'll be kicking. Bucky Dilt's average is a 36 on a 63. +5, that'd be a kick of 41. And that'll bring Theo Bell with the return, and that's a fair catch, 27. Okay, so that's the beginning of this game between the Steelers and the Broncos, and we'll see how it goes. So far, pretty even. We do have the 2 sacks by the Steelers to kick it off. And I'll let you know how it finishes up, but I just wanted to provide the little updates on the punter's card using the average, the punt returner using his average, and adding the long gains for running and pass receptions on those skill player cards. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the forums.